Hi, I'd like to talk to you about an issue that millions of Americans are deeply concerned about, and for good reason. That has to do with immigration at the southern border. Let's be very clear that our Congress has failed us. This situation should have been handled years ago, but it wasn't. Now we have to deal with it not only on the level of the symptom, but also on the level of root cause. On the level of the symptom, no wall is going to ultimately fix this. No surveillance system is going to ultimately fix this. Right now, Republicans are refusing to negotiate in good faith with the president. What we need is a processing infrastructure. People come in, they are humanely housed while the interviews take place. The interviews have to do with establishing credible fear, which means that someone does have a legitimate claim to asylum. Once that legitimate claim is established, that person should then be moved on to the next step in their process of assimilating into American life. If that person, in fact, does not have a credible claim to asylum, then they must go back to their home country, where they can begin the process of legal entry. However, none of the things that I just described are going to ultimately fix the problem until we address the underlying root cause. And that has a lot to do with American policy over the last few decades. Much of what we have done, economically as well as politically, has deeply impacted and destabilized economies throughout Latin America. We need to take a good look at this, and where it is appropriate, we need to compensate with our own aid, our own efforts to help stabilize economies that we ourselves had helped destabilize. Among those things, we need to remove the sanctions not only on Cuba, but also on Venezuela. Many of the people who are struggling to get into this country, who are going through such traumatizing experiences trying to get here, are trying to escape horrifying economic despair. And many are also trying to escape horrifying violence that is perpetrated by the drug cartels. Here too, I have a better way. And that better way has to do with ending America's war on drugs. I will speak elsewhere about why this is a good idea anyway, because that war on drugs should never have been initiated to begin with. Our war on drugs has actually made the immigration problem worse. Why? Because it contributes to the black market that the drug cartels take advantage of. By ending the war on drugs, we can take away a lot of that black market. This won't completely solve the problem, but it will definitely put a dent in it. And it will also give us the bandwidth and the resources to go after the one drug at the border that we do need to be deeply, deeply concerned about. Of course, that is fentanyl. So as president on this issue as on so many others, we're going to look at root cause, not just symptom, so that we will not just be repeating the problem over and over and over again. We'll deal with it on the level of the symptom, but we're going to make for fundamental reform, fundamental change on this and on so many things. We're going to begin again.